Flight crew, please prepare for takeoff.
Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Full Transparency Trading. I am your host, Sebastian, and today we got a bit of a banger. We were able to pull in, let's go over to Trade of 8 where we can see it clearer. $3,498, so just shy of $4,000. We actually missed out on about 20-30 bucks in this trade, which would have took me to $4,000, but it's really hard to gauge that. When you close out, it's going to take some money, so technically I would have made that for whatever the fact is. Let's get into our trades or whatever. So earlier we made a trade. We were on a field trip with my daughter today. The field trip was like 8 hours. We were like 9 to 3 almost. And I made a trade, lost $200 on the account, and then turned around and made $400. And that was around 10 o'clock this morning. Yeah, it was around 10 o'clock this morning. Oh, we're in it yesterday. There we go. So yeah, 10 o'clock this morning, we got chopped up, almost 11, lost money right here on the way down, regained it on the way up, and ended up making $450 off of that. Then you bring us to the afternoon where we went just straight crazy on them. So we're pushing down at 3 o'clock. I see it start pulling up. We're kind of at the low of the day anyway. So I'm like, this is going to start rocketing up in a minute. We do just that. Let's go to 5-minute candles, make it a little bit less choppy. So we're seeing the pullback. Enter this on the 5-minute. When we start to see that 5 minutes of pulling back, pops green. Never look back after that. Boom, 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 boom. We ride out the waves here of pushing down and pushing back up. As long as we don't break this level here, we know that we're going to continue to push up. We pushed up some more, pushed up. Then we get the hammer signal that we're going down. Go ahead and get out of that trade, even though we didn't make it to my famous 200 EMA. Starts to get choppy. I do ride this piece right here down. I do ride this little piece right here down or whatever. And then we get into the afternoon where the big money happens. So we get in right here, thinking that we're in a downtrend. We catch that, takes us right back down to the low from before, a little bit higher than the 09 that we were at, but takes us down to the low of 23 at the time. Start pulling back on the 5-minute, hop into the upside, boom, 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 boom. We catch that, hop into the downside on this pullback. We just get in on the pullback, just throw some contracts in there. And then finally, off of the 200 EMA, once we finally broke above it, I want to show you guys what this looks like in the 1 minute though. I got destroyed in here from this trade right here that I got into that I probably shouldn't have hopped straight into. I got destroyed and lost like $200 off of what I would have made, which is, let's see, 54 to 41. That should have been over $1,000 trade right there. But because of the choppy consolidation before we shifted up, and my thought process there was that we were shifting to a downtrend, not realizing that we didn't come through the 200 EMA for it to be the actual downtrend. We stayed well above it. And I'm thinking we're in a downtrend. It's going to push back down to right here at 24. And I was going to make a bunch of money off of that. But it did not. I got chopped up, lost about $200 off of the trade, but we still made out really well. And then when we waited for the buy signal here or whatever for the imbalance to happen. And when we broke here, we got in on this next candle, rode it, nervously waited to see if this was going to be the continuation that I thought it was going to be. It was not. Popped up, ran. And as you can see, I got out early. And why I got out early is kind of funny. I use a SPY as one of my indicators to see what the price is going to do for, well, obviously ES is making up SPY, right? But whatever SPY is doing as far as the price tells me how much money I'm going to make on these here. So I'm watching SPY, and then we hit 4 o'clock right here. And I sold because I thought we weren't moving up anymore. I thought it wasn't moving because I was watching SPY and it was just sitting there. And come to find out, we had a whole nother from 52.56 all the way up to another $1,000 that I left on the table because I wasn't looking at the chart properly. Ridiculous. But we had a great day. Hopefully we can stack that up tomorrow and on Thursday and Friday and go ahead and get the $9,000 in this account here. And then all the other accounts as well. But today was an okay day, man. It was all right. It started out a little rough, a little choppy, but it ended well. Again, this is another Full Transparency Trading session. I am your host, Sebastian. Thank you guys so much for checking out all these videos. As I grow and continue along in my journey, it's been quite something. But something I do want to say, I'm going to do some do's and don'ts of day trading futures. And I want to let you guys know, like, it's not always perfect. It's not always these banger days. A lot of times I start the day out assessing what's happening in the market, and I'll take a loss, and I might take a couple of losses before I finally figure out what the true direction is, what the true trend is. So I don't want you guys to think that, like, hey, he's having all these awesome days. Like, my day may start very rough, but it's going to end well because I'll use my first trade or two to really figure out, hey, what's the true trend? And when I find out what the trend is, even if I'm wrong a little bit, it's going to be wrong a little, and it's going to be right a lot. So you can be wrong a little, right a lot, wrong a little, right a lot. And that's how you balance out the wins and losses. You know, take little losses and then you can get massive wins and push your way up to, you know, bigger and better things. But thank you guys so much again for checking out the video. I'm your boy Sebastian, and I'm out of here.